Good morning, Year 4. We're going to do some maths and we're going to have a look at some fractions and how to group fractions into different amounts. It's nice and sunny outside, so make sure after you do this, you get outside and you enjoy some fresh air as well. Right, I'm going to look at finding a quarter of this amount, and I'm going to use these four squares to help me. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And I want to find 1/4 of 12. I want to find 1/4 of these tomatoes. So to help me, I'm going to group them into 4. So I'm going to put one in that group, one in that group, one in that group, and one in that group. And I'm going to keep going so I've got none left. There we go. Right, so I've split those 12 tomatoes into 4 groups. So I can see there that 1/4, one group of 4 is equal to 1, 2, 3. So I can see that 1/4 of 12 is equal to 3. Now, if I were looking at 2/4, I'd look at 2 groups. So these two here, then I'd count how many I've got there. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 2/4 of 12 must be 6. Looking at 3/4, I'd take 3 groups and have a look and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I can see that there I have 9 tomatoes. So 3/4 of 12 must be 9. So your My Maths work today looks very similar to what we've just done. So here are 9 bananas. Use the grey box to group them into thirds. Think about what I just did for quarters and how that's going to help you when you're doing that with bananas into thirds. How many bananas are there in each group? And then what is 1/3 of 9? So there, think about what I've just done and how that might help you. Here are 20 cubes. Use the grey boxes to group them into quarters. How many cubes are in each group? And then what is 3/4 of 20? So when I had a look at mine and I went 1, 2, 3 groups and then counted how many was in those 3 groups, think about how might that help you out. Then on here we are looking at bar models for fractions. So we're selecting the diagram that shows 2/3. And think about what you know about thirds and how many groups they're split up into. So really, only one of those can be 2/3. And then select the diagram that shows 1/3 of 6. So again, think about what you know about thirds, how much it's split up into, and what you know from there. Enjoy this work, guys. Remember what I said. Make sure you get outside and get some fresh air today. It is beautiful.